The following episode contains strong language.
Welcome to Conversation Express, episode 5.
Yes, episode 5. Title can be anything. For me personally, the title will be the chain reactions of emotions. Now, we have a lot of emotions as human beings, right?
Yeah, right now, as we are ending this series of podcasts,
One emotion. Just tell me one emotion.
a kind of sad and very questionable about what's going to happen now,
Yeah.
what we will do now.
Tentative, you might say.
Yes, tentative.
I am relieved, I guess. कि over है. And also, yeah, melancholy कि यार over हो गया. But you should be happy. चल हो गया. 5 episodes हो गए. And to be honest, our previous episode is the longest in the series. And this will be a short, sweet one because that's how everything should end. It should not take too much.
If something is infinite, the worth of it goes.
Yes, the more time it exists, it will just fade away. It's any sense of
I think for me it was a good way of. The podcast started as a project, assignment by Nirasal, but
yeah.
it ended up becoming a excuse for us to becoming friends. I think in this last week or more, I think we have become really good friends. We have known each other.
Yeah.
Finally got some good set of friends because of that podcast. So yeah, I'm very happy about it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not the end of us. We still have Ole.
We still have a lot to do.
I can still continue this together.
Yeah. Same, man. Even I got to connect with someone, and I am very thankful for that. And yeah, we did take a lot of excuses here and there. Did waste a lot of time, but what matters is the end. And
We enjoyed the process. So
yeah, we enjoyed the
that's
process.
what
And
matters.
I, as a hopeful artist who wants to be one, do agree in the fact that things should, usually have to meet its end. Everything has to have a final season, a final episode. Will this series episode finally be 5? I don't know.
Same.
We could do
Maybe-
6.
Maybe the podcast can end, but not our friendship.
Yeah.
Not yet. I think
Yes.
still have a lot to
A lot
talk about each
to
other.
talk.
I think we should actually do something together. I think we are
Yeah.
really good with each other.
Yes, I do think so. कि हाँ
Our
थोड़ा
lives are very
teammate.
similar, right? Seriously.
हाँ, both of us do have very. So across the city still same. Damn.
It's very good. Yeah.
I think that मेरे को quote याद आता है Dark Knight से कि what you either live long enough. Yeah, you either die a hero or live.
or live long.
Enough.
Live long enough to see yourself
So become a villain.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very nice of a quote which just speaks on longevity of how things should live on. And I know it is tackling something differently else in the movie, but chalo yaar, take it at face value. We can understand what it means. But yeah, talking about our topic today, hope, despair, and I guess prosperity. Hope, despair, and meaning. Again, meaning of life. We've talked about this a lot, honestly, in our previous episodes about what is meaning, about what is all that. But let's try to talk about hope. What do we hope for?
Hope for our dreams to come true,
Yeah.
our lives to become better,
Yes.
for us to find somebody we can love, we can be together for the rest of our lives. I think that's what we hope for. Everybody hopes for a good life, good life partner, a good lifestyle
Yeah.
for their dreams to come true. I think that's hope. That's what we all hope for at the end of the day.
Even I do really hope for a lot of things. I genuinely hope I make it in my life too. I mostly hope a lot of happiness on the people that I'm connecting with,
Yes.
because I realize through a lot of life experiences that you kind of have to, try to take people for less granted, because time is very relevant and people will pass on, and if you have them for the moment, you need to not only hope for their best for them, but do best for them. Do whatever you can in your entire power. Even saying a hi, even talking a day can help. Hope is very important in human lives. Hope is faith also, and I feel like that can change people's life a lot. I think a person who's lost in life will require some hope, not only in himself but in someone else. Hope in God, religious ways, if you look into it, hope in God is such an important criteria for a lot of people lost in life. अगर हम लोग drug addicts को देखेंगे ना, there is a more chance of them, finding solace through faith and God. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think hope is very important. I think God is very important. Everybody have a different opinion about God, but I think everybody should have a God in their life. I think God helps humans, keeps humans in line, and I think it is very important. Hope and God goes in hand in hand. I think even if people think God doesn't exist or they have a different apparition of God in their minds, I think the God gives you hope that things can be better, even if it's the most unrealistic things.
Yes.
It can be better, it can be good. But right now we're talking about hope. I remember something very sad actually. Recent times where I lost my grandmother. Okay. So I remember she was sick. She was extremely sick, and she called. They were like talking to everybody. So my family in Gurgaon called. He talked to her on video call, and my sisters were talking. And normal generally बात नहीं करता. They're like कल बात करो. And she was sick. She wasn't like dying very crazily. मैं ठीक कल बात करूँगा, and she ended up dying. So I never got to talk to her. So yeah, me and my father we both didn't get to talk to her the last time. Like fuck, I should have. Like I was not close to her, like extremely close to her. But when we reached there, I was the son. I was the guy who had to do things. I was around her, so a bit of regret. Should have just talked to her. Might have. Yeah. So I lost something. Now I remember its value. Like oh, I should have. I again hope I hopefully get to meet her again.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Even I hope a lot of things.
Maybe heaven's, no heaven, whatever you want to call it, it's not real. But the hope of it, we can meet again.
Yeah. Like, that can heal people. That can, the hope of somewhere being out there looking for you. The hope of just protection.
Even if something you feel that is unreal, but it gives someone hope, gives someone solace. Why can't it be?
Yeah.
Still be, even if you think it's not real.
It is also very sadistic in nature, to be honest, because if you think about it, hope is kind of an addiction. I mean, looking at current times, there's nothing you can do except hope that things can get better.
Yeah, like as common people, we don't have a lot to do in this world. Just earn money and try to live your life at the fullest.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the power over the country, the world, the things that happen in the world. We don't have the power over it. We can control it.
Yeah.
Hope is the only thing we can have. If things are bad, we cannot do anything. Just trying to prevent it, trying to avoid it, and just hoping that bad things don't happen. Good thing happen.
So yeah, that is also very important to remember. That hope is also very important for common people. Honestly, at times it is like the last thing everybody has to do. It is something everybody has done. Everyone has hoped for something.
For example, death.
Yeah.
कितने भी तुम rich हो जाओ, कितने भी तुम अमीर हो जाओ, कितने भी तुम fit हो जाओ. Death is something that we all hope कि नहीं हो. That is something very common between us. If I'm a rich guy, I can get the best hospitals in for my mother. Even if I'm a poor guy, I can get her whatever I can get. But death is equal for everybody. It's going to happen. You can just hope कि मेरी mom ना मरे. Even for the rich guy, वो कितने भी महंगे doctors को बुला ले, if death is going to happen, it will happen.
Yeah, you can't stop that.
Yeah. Murphy's law.
Yeah. I mean, what more can people even hope for? I mean, I personally think that there's some people who hope for too much. There's obviously a limit to how many things. They say ease your expectations, lower your expectations in life. And some things that we ask for are kind of very romanticized or just unrealistic. Like, come on, you're not gonna get a wife just by praying. You need to talk to people. You need to understand how to be attractive, not only just by looks, but as your personality is. A lot of people just hope for things and nothing happens. I mean, how many times have we said, "Yeah, hope yaar marks अच्छा आएंगे," but पढ़ रहे तो है. So it's like, it is also a bad habit. It's also an addiction. So
but it does not promise. Even if I work hard, I promise me कि I will get.
Yes, yeah.
Still, कुछ भी तुम अगर work hard भी करे, if you're not working hard, you just hope कि हो जाए.
Yeah.
You don't say anything for sure.
Got it.
अब जिम करके crazy workout कर एकदम crazy टाइप में hope भी कर सकते हो कि मैं अचीव हूँ. यार recently क्या हुआ? कौन बंदा था? Was Brian Johnson, I guess.
Okay. Brian Johnson.
That guy, he was trying to stay fit for the entire life. trying to reverse his aging.
Yes.
Didn't work for him.
Hmm.
He has to stop it now because medicines were too much for him, drugs were too much for him.
Yeah.
So nothing is promised and nothing we do can change the things that will happen. We can just hope it will not happen or it will happen. If it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Also, let's talk about giving others hope. I mean, we are very selfish, right? If you think about it, we only consider that, "Chal, meko kon hope dega yaar? Who's my mentor?" The idea of being something to somebody else kind of is forgotten if it's not into love territory. I believe that you can give hope to others by just existing. I mean,
Just
celebrities.
being there.
Yeah, celebrities are a massive example of that. Some are horrible, doesn't really matter, but they do inflict hope upon people. I look at a director that is up and coming, new to the stage. He's
Yes.
giving me hope. So it's same with actors. I mean, new actors. That one guy in this is very weird. I don't even know his name, but the Bads of Bollywood, the main actor, literally comes from I guess he just came from the movie Kill, and he just now gained such notoriety, and that's gonna give hope to other actors who want
Yes.
to So be the beacon of hope for others is also my point. I really do want to be one, and to be honest, that's the most
Your life can be a testimony to others that there is hope.
yes.
There is hope that you
Yeah.
can get better, things can get better.
Yeah, things can get. I think the best example for this is Lionel Messi. I am a Messi fan. Whenever it's Messi versus Ronaldo, I'm like Messi all the way. I have been following that man ever since I got to use YouTube. It was just on the front screen, man. These dribbling compilations of Lionel Messi, and I've been following him. Then I realized that he lost a World Cup final, and I was like, so what? We'll just win the next one. And I remember having conscious memories form when around 2017, 18, and the World Cup happened in 2018. And I remember everything, watching every Argentina match, and the thought was like, oh, so this is how hard it is. This is how hard it is to win a World Cup. This is how hard it is for probably the greatest footballer of all time to satisfy his own country, because they were not satisfied with him. They were against him mostly. There was a lot of hatred put against that man as a footballer. And obviously with the Ronaldo Messi thing, there's always fans that
Did he win the World Cup?
yes, he did 2022.
Okay, nice.
And that is the what I was going to talk about. He rejuvenated hope not only in this country but in me. Not in the fact that chal Charles kal jaake football ka World Cup jeet le. No, he made me realize that fuck, this man was made fun of internationally for not having any trophies for his country. He went on and won the biggest out there. And I saw every match. I'm a footballing nerd, man. Like, if your thing was watches, if your thing was cameras, I can relate to that. I like watches on a fundamental level. I love cameras on a fundamental level. I want to get deeper in it. But I've been watching football since I was a child. And for me, that is my stuff. That's my nerd thing. So I watched every match and I saw it in him. The attitude, the way he was playing. And he just rejuvenated hope in everybody. I do remember that this sentiment when the World Cup was going on. You could just feel it. It was unsaid, but you could feel the energy that he's different now. You can feel, some energy off of him and he might just win the World Cup. This is in sporting terminology. There is so many more examples out there about people who just feel different and can just inflict hope onto people just by the way they transform themselves, just by the way they inspire others. Inspirations are very important, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think inspirations is important. I think it gives you hope that you can become something. If I see an actor
Yeah.
who's not from a film background or a director who's not from a film background becoming a director, winning some awards, it gives me hope. Okay, I can also become that.
Yeah.
Maybe I can become that. So they act as a beacon that I can look up to, as
Yes.
a light I can look up to when I don't have
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I'm in darkness. You're still looking. For me, my God is my motivation.
Oh,
If I'm
wow.
scared, I'm traumatized, I don't know what to do in life, people are disappointed in me, I can just look into him and like, oh, I can go there.
Yeah.
Even if people think he doesn't exist, God doesn't exist, for me, he acts as a beacon, a light which I can go to get comfort, get hope.
That is actually very inspiring. I personally am someone that kind of struggles with like religious values, and that is definitely my personality, because in my family there's no struggle. People ask me, do you know the story of like everyone knows Moses, but they talk about how do you know the story of Ezekiel, do you know this and that, and I'm like, wow, I have spaced out during church classes all my life when I was a child, and I realized that I missed a lot of part of religion. But then I recognize the fact that I am at least understanding it on a fundamental level on how you need to just be a kind person. But there's also part of me which like struggles to know that, god damn, like I cannot I cannot relate to other people. I cannot have that connection with God that others have. I feel very guilty about that. But there's a lot of people who tell me that it's never too late, and that's the advice I try to tell a lot of people in life. In general, I try to obey that order that it's never too late. Hope is never too late. You can hope for things. You can get hope way too late in your life. Someone who has lost everything, maybe got bankrupt, doesn't mean that will never get back.
हिंदी में there's this thing ना, like late आए. I don't know.
Even I don't know. मुहावरे भाई मेरे, it's not my
Same,
cup of
but
tea.
yeah,
I struggle at that. मेरे हिंदी में नहीं आते थे मुहावरे के words. But yeah, there is a lot of sayings around.
हाँ, late है दुरुस्त है, something like that.
हाँ, late
Yeah,
है,
there's-
दुरुस्त है. So yeah. Just keep hope as a very high priority thing in my life. I think
Yes.
that is very important, because the more you hope for things, the better, because that keeps them in your mind. But now that I speak about it, I can also recognize the issues that hope might have, as in that you hope too much. Hope, like it's even written in the Bible, don't just ask for things for the sake of it, don't
Work
just
for
pray
it.
for things. Yeah, work for it, and not only ask it for your own selfish needs, ask it for the basic requirements through your heart, for the betterments of others too. I think that is true down to human psychology. We do think very selfishly, so I do want to advise a lot of people, and also want to live by that motto myself ki हाँ यार, like you need to work for it, not just hope that कि भाई कोई आके दे दे. कल परसों no one's just gonna give you an Oscar. You need to work for that shit.
Of course, yeah.
In film, I feel like work will be crazy.
Of course, work is of course hard. Every work is hard
Yeah.
till you love it. I think don't just run behind success in the form of material gain. Try to run behind greatness.
Yes,
I think
yes.
people are too scared to ask for greatness. I think Timothy Chalamet recently, when he won an Oscar,
Yeah.
he was like on his speech that I want to reach greatness.
Oh,
And some people were like, oh, that's very, greedy.
Yeah.
But why not?
Why not? A
Why
lot of people
not?
bring others down. That is one thing we're not covering. Just because someone hopes for something bigger, then that doesn't mean you need to bring them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this sentiment has followed a lot of children and parents. I mean, who doesn't hope to be a cricketer in life, man? Who doesn't hope to be an astronaut, soldier, doctor? Don't bring them down and force another dream on them.
Maybe it's not possible, but let them try it. Let
Yeah,
them
let
enjoy
them
the process.
But I feel like this all leads to hope being a very sad, let's just say an arrow to despair. Now, what is despair? In my very limited English understanding, I feel like despair is regret. Despair is just straight up sadness about what you have done, what you have missed out in life, and nobody wants to live in despair.
Yeah.
I believe nobody wants to feel regret. I have felt in despair a lot of times in my life. That is solely because I let myself, feel emotions that serious while others suppress it. How dangerous do you think suppressing emotions can be?
I think it's quite dangerous. I think it affects your every single decision you make after that. Like a lot of things, a lot of problems that I have faced in my childhood I have not fixed. Now, like for my insecurities, now it affects my decisions. Like for example, about my body, like I'm not very comfortable dancing. I love dancing, but I cannot dance.
Yeah.
And I really want to dance, but I just physically cannot now.
Oh, shit.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think you have to tackle your emotions. You have to tackle things because it will affect you later. I think हमारे जनरेशन हमारे पहले जनरेशन ये लोग आई थिंक वो लोग वही बोलते थे हमें ये होता था हम छोड़ देते थे. It later affects them. It affects their decisions they make with their own children, with their own kids, with their own family. The decision they makes for them, it affects that.
Yes, I can believe that. I mean, yeah, don't do things that will make you live in despair. It'll make you feel regret about the things that you missed in life. And I think this is way much more understand by, I guess, taking people for granted. I think it is very obvious for us to understand. People are limited. They're for a limited time. I mean, I love making promises with my school friends कि चल भाई 2 साल 3 साल बाद बात करेंगे, but I have not kept those promises. None of us have.
I mean, I have I have some friends with my childhood friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
I hang out with them every night. I mean, we stay in the same area.
Oh yeah. So that day is like हम लोग तो बहुत दूर रहते थे personally. We used to live like very far across, and that promises like at that time made sense, but then it died off. Then in college promises were made, but now I'm in degree and those are not being fulfilled. Now I'm in degree and I have to go to work soon. I
mean, instead of having a toxic relationship, trying to pull it so far, you are still like you have grown apart, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like zabardasti milna, you've grown apart. So break the relationship very nicely.
Yeah.
Right? You can still once in a while go meet and talk,
Yeah.
get together, meet at weddings. Still do that.
I just do advise a lot of people to not take anybody's attention, not take anybody's company for granted. I believe that just the action of talking and giving time to somebody is a very precious thing, and we just don't, value it a lot. I think as Indians, it's hard to value because we have to interact with a lot of people to get across in life. Introverts will probably find that more precious, but again, introverts are types who want to avoid. So even and extroverts are guilty for this. They just do not, as much as they feel like they want to. There's a lot of them that fail to, find any preciousness in interactivity with other people. I believe that you should really not take it for granted. You should really know that the person you're talking to right now is very, very limited to you. Not in a objective way, but it is just set in stone that what is today cannot be tomorrow. So live today as much as you can. Yeah.
You don't know what tomorrow holds.
And a lot of people take it in that perspective, but it can also go in various perspectives. In my opinion, people change, things happen. Someone might just leave, like just leave town. Like anything can happen, and I believe that the connection that you have with people is very important. So yeah, that is my advice on despair. I feel like just do things that that I feel like a lot of us understand what fundamentally hurts each other. Again, ignoring will hurt someone to a certain level, so don't ignore people. That is very obvious.
I think break up very nicely, smoothly.
Yeah.
Like you can still meet.
Mutual breakups. Yeah, like communicate. Communication is such an important thing in life. And I feel like if you don't communicate, then there's not much hope for you. I mean, people who don't communicate don't like each other. That's simple. That is set in human laws. People are forced to communicate on other matters too. So I believe that is the despair that a lot of people want to avoid. Personally, I have struggled to not avoid this. I even am living on those despairs or those times where I am regretting myself. But I guess this leads on to the meaning of all this, all hope, all the despair that we're having on ourselves, all this hatred, self-hatred that everyone's hiding.
Yeah,
but
like everybody hates themselves.
A lot of, and it is kind of required. I mean, you have to be a critic of yourself. Who else will really point out the bad things in you except you? Some will. I mean, not everyone is Kendrick Lamar type diss tracker. Like not everyone is gonna go into your personal life that deep. You have to be that one person who looks in the mirror and just says that you should have done that, you should have done this, you should do better.
You should call yourself out.
Yeah.
Things you do.
But people carry it very far. I saw a recent video of someone who was being way too harsh on himself. The man calling for a preacher to say that why should I? His question was also tragic, saying that why should I feel like I should be alive? That those types of people, they have been indoctrinated into hating themselves to an unhealthy level.
Yes.
It's fine critically analyzing yourself. It is.
I think hate is a very strong word when we use. Nowadays, like, oh, I hate you.
Yeah.
Hate is like, I don't want that person alive.
Yes.
That is hate.
That is what hate
We
should
can be angry with people.
Yeah.
We can be like in a non-talking stage. But I think using the word hate, and I think Sudhakar sir has like emphasized on this, that we should be very careful on the words. I think the Bible also says this, that we should be very careful about the words we use. Because our words hold power. me telling somebody I hate him or I hate her,
Yeah.
it just directly says I don't want you to be alive.
So yeah, we should also. That is one great thing. Keep in mind the words that you use, and yeah, I believe that all in life will just be simple if we are just good people and communicate with one another. And all the setbacks that anybody faces, and they can be very hard. I mean, what can we even say to a grieving widow, right?
Yeah.
That is a setback in life that is very tragic and something that you cannot really easily heal off, or just like that.
We can just be there. We can just be the beacon of hope.
We can just be a pillar for someone.
We can just not. We can't. Giving somebody hope does not just like giving hope by just words.
Yes,
We can
actions.
just be there. We can just stay there, hold their hands. I am there.
Yes.
We don't have to. We can most of the time we don't see God.
Hmm.
Mostly like apart from religious things, we cannot see God. We cannot feel Him.
Hmm.
But just thinking about Him that He exists, He's there.
Yeah.
Just getting that hope is more than anything. Yeah.
I can trust
It
you
can
on that.
save somebody from dying,
Yes.
killing themselves.
That is something that I have struggled with, that I have failed to save someone from dying, and I think that it's because of me putting it on myself. But you need to understand. I have understood personally that I took someone for very granted, and that was because I was young, but there is a part of me that always had this ego, which we're going to talk about for a little while. How ego can really kill a lot of things, and ego also kills hope. Really, I mean, and there's a lot of emphasis put upon yourself to the point where you don't hope for anything for others. You only look at yourself, and to get anything for yourself, you'll hurt others.
Continuation. We were
Kicked out. I mean, we
Kicked
have
out.
done almost. So
we were already almost at the concluding words, but it was nice that they just told us to leave, not went very
just kicked
violent.
out.
Yeah, not say get out of here. They were like, you can't do this, just leave. And we were like, okay, sure, thanks. But yeah, let's continue where we were. We're outside, so I feel like this outside noise does fit our conclusion of the topic.
Yeah.
I believe that hope is very powerful.
Yeah.
It is very powerful. It can change people. It can help people.
Hope is the thing that our world relies on.
Yeah.
The community relies on.
We hope others do well. We have hope on others.
Hope that we'll live tomorrow. Our
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
live tomorrow. Our family lives
Yes,
tomorrow.
we hope that God is with us. We hope that the world's events, are
We
with
hope
us.
that we don't get a KT.
Yeah, we hope that we do not get less than 20 for this.
Yeah.
We really put a lot of this.
Oh, come on. I'm going to beat. Nothing.
Yeah, a lot of hope and really a lot of despair too in both of our lives. But I would just end with my final advice of this 5-part series, that if you are struggling with anything, talking to someone, communicating with someone is the best way to heal. That is healing, and that also relies on hope of trust, that I hope this guy can help me. I hope and sometimes the help is just listening someone out. So listen to people, and don't lose hope on anybody. As much as some people may seem gone, I believe that hope is a very strong thing you can put on people. So hope the best, or hope just good things from good people. That's all I'll say. What's your concluding?
I'll say that sometimes you might think that your dreams are over.
Yeah.
Maybe you will be like 30 or you still want to become a bike racer, car racer. You might think that your time is up, your time to live, your time to work, your time to dream is up. But don't think that there is always hope. Of course, things might not work as you want it to be, but you might still enjoy. You might
Yeah.
still have something you could do to have some greatness and go behind greatness. There's no shame. There is no, government, people say,
Yeah.
in achieving greatness. You can go for greatness. I think we should all become great people. Try to achieve greatness in loving people, communicating people, treating people happy. I think in this 5-episode podcast we have faced a lot of challenges while shooting, trying to lost a wire, went and got the wire. Like a lot of challenges, I think, but we hope of just finishing this podcast and watching this podcast and
Yeah.
giving us good grades. It pushed us. To be honest, the grades were not to be very honest, the thing that motivated us
Yes,
to
it
make this
really-
podcast,
Yeah.
I think our hunger to make something beautiful, to make something amazing, pushed us to do this. We could have just sat somewhere and made just a very clean looking podcast. We could have done that.
But we went messy.
Yeah, we went messy, we went chaotic, we went creative, we did what we wanted, because that's why we are here. We are here to showcase our creativity, to improve our build up our creativity. So yeah, enjoy what you do. There is never too late to do. Maybe it will be difficult after a point, but try your best. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I
advice.
also agree with that. Try your best, and that will be the concluding words from Samson Jayakumar and Charles Dsouza on Conversation Express episode 5. We are officially signing out.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Done. That was actually a good episode, eh?